Remember the 19th of January. January 1920, that is. For that is when the American Civil Liberties Union was founded. That is right, for over 100 years the ACLU has fought for you and protected civil rights, defending liberties that, to be honest, many of us probably assumed would always be safe in this modern era. But no, such is not the case. For whatever reason, there are some who have chosen to pretend they are comic book villains and are attempting to gut our rights and liberties today. It is now as important as ever that the ACLU has the support of the people so that they can provide those same people protections that we hold dear. And so for the last week, several game streamers have come together to host a fundraiser for this worthwhile and much-needed organization. Many thanks to Guild Superior, Live from the Apocalypse, Folk and Myth, LHawk99, and Insomnia Night RPG for all the work and fun they've put into the last week, which has beat our $1,000 goal as of only a couple hours ago. And therefore, it is our honor here at Wanderer's Haven to join these ranks to stream for justice. I am Jaredon, your humble host and announcer, and I will be watching for any of your wonderful donations that affect the game. Thank you so much for joining us today. I now pass things on to Chaz, no stranger to the channel, to GM today's game. Chaz, please introduce yourself and take it away.
Thank you, Jaredon. My name is Chaz. I am a PhD who studies culture and interactive narratives and music, which is just a fancy way of saying I really like video game music, and now I am technically an expert in being like, that game is a beat. Like, that's a bop. We love it. As they've said, I am no stranger to the channel. I am no stranger to online DMing. I find it to be extremely fun, especially when I get to meet wonderful people like the 4 people who I've met for this. They don't know it yet, but I'm just incredibly thankful to be able to meet them and share this time with them and to be able to contribute just to you all and to our world as a whole. But because this game is really about them, I think they should introduce, themselves and who they're playing in this wonderful world of Fabula Ultima, a world created to evoke the memories of JRPGs of old. So let us start with JD. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Hello, I am JD. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean. And today I'm playing Blaze, pronouns they, them. They are a teenager from some post-apocalyptic future who is, just here to study and learn and maybe do some crime. It's fine. They're a lore master / rogue, just normal things.
Beautiful. Next up, let's go with Void. Same questions. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you'd like to share.
Hey everyone, I'm Void, they, them. I started playing JRPGs as a teenager. I don't play a ton of them now, but, like Final Fantasy VIII is always with me. Kingdom Hearts is like the crossover of that and, etc. I today am playing Carda, also they, them. And Carda is the youngest child of a family of white mages and does not have the affinity for healing magic at all. In fact, kind of the opposite. And sort of maybe kind of accidentally, in their earlier life, summoned a creature from the void. It's fine. Nothing bad is happening here.
Right, these things happen. Speaking of which, Gilly, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you'd like to share.
'Tis I, the creature from the void. Both in the metaphysical and the literal sense. This void is out there, I think, right? Am I pointing the right direction? Yes.
Yes, you are.
On the stream. I looked to make sure that I could point in the right direction. Because I always go like, over there, or whatever. Hello, my name is Gilly. You can find me at ohlookitsgilly most places on the internet. My pronouns are she, her, and today I will be playing Hartley, whose pronouns are really any and all. Like I have said to this group, like the void is indifferent to gender, so thus Hardly is also indifferent to gender. Not speaking for this void, just
But also true.
but also true. You heard it from the void's mouth. And so I have been summoned here, and I know Hardly knows that they have like technically an assignment of like conquering or like making sure that on behalf of the cosmic darkness that they are taking over this realm, but like also sushi's really good. Like there's birds are fun. Like Hardly likes to watch birds, and if she takes over the void, maybe the void will eat the birds, and very upsetting. So there's a sort of long-term plan in effect. What else was I say? Oh, I've never played this game before, so I'm very excited to do it.
Thank you. And Cal, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and any pertinence you would like to share.
Cool. I'm Cal. I am playing Rye this afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. I have no idea what time it is. They will be rounding out our party that has no gender. They also use... Oh, look, it's my name on the chat. They also use they, them pronouns. They are a weapon master turned alchemist. They spent a lot of time with the sword or axe in this case, and has decided to take a different route, and is now hiding in the back of a library, purposely blowing stuff up, but is confused when something blew up that they didn't do.
Beautiful. And so with that out of the way, I think it's time we begin. And we begin in the city of St. Evelise, a very lovely, very large fantasy city. Structured in 3 tiers, with the highest tier being the highest both geographically, as it's like built on top, and also financially, as that's where the elites, the nobles, that's where the money is. Middle tier is about the middle, and then the lowest tier are the people who are trying to work their way kind of into the city walls proper, but have not done so yet. And in the middle tier, there is a few libraries, but one that Rye tends to kind of use as their home base, their workshop. And they've recently been working on a project. This is one of the few projects that does not really explode or shouldn't explode. While they were out to lunch, there was a massive explosion centered on the library. Unfortunately, that means Rye was taking in. Blaze, you have a habit of kind of following Rye around, like learning from Rye. You were taken in as well. Hardly and Carta, you were just kind of like on your way to find some sort of food. It just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You 4 were swept up and brought to what you assumed would be the jail, but was actually the throne room in front of King Maximilian, former war leader who is never seen without his golden wreath around his head.
Great.
He looks around and ushers out most of the guards. There's still 2 guards next to him, but they all leave. And he looks down at you all and says, I'm sorry this has to happen. I really am. You were brought here because people think that you all are in charge or are responsible for the explosion that has happened.
I'm a child.
I know that, young one, but we've seen you with Rye, and people like Rye has this like chemical smell, use the chemicals, and Rye does explosions. I
don't do explosions. I'm not even from here.
Why
would I blow something up here?
First of all, I just want to say I know you didn't blow it up, but there are enough people think you blow it up that like it doesn't really matter at this point.
Shouldn't we find who blew it up?
Well, I'm actually here to offer you a deal of sorts that will give us time to find the true culprits if you are willing to do so. If you're not, then unfortunately that means, jail time and execution, and I'd rather not do that.
I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather you didn't do it either, to be honest.
I as well.
Also, to be fair, I was not in the building at the time. I was down the road.
I fully believe you weren't responsible. I think we have a few guards who saw you out. But once again, there's enough of the populace who just thinks you all did it, regardless of the truth. So, but I figure if I send you on a quest to help the city, and then while you're out, we find the true culprits, not only will we clear your name, but you will be heroes, and this won't happen again. I'm sorry, this is the only way I can fix this right now.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what would prevent it from happening again, precisely?
Well, if you're seen as right now, people have these weird beliefs about you, but if you're seen as heroes,
If we're not here when it explodes again, they'll know we weren't involved.
That's a very good point.
So it was not the safest of quests, but it's not super dangerous either. I just need you to retrieve an item.
From where?
The Lost Forest. I'm sure you've heard of it.
What does this item
it
have
lost?
to do with
The forest.
the explosion?
The forest is not lost. People tend to get lost in the forest.
You see how that could be confusing because of the way that you've named it, though.
Well, and I didn't name it. That's just what they...
Historically, it used to be known as the Forest of the Lost, but it just kind of got switched around at some point.
Yeah, it's... We have a map. It's not a good map, hence the people getting lost, but it's better than nothing.
I feel like words mean things, I had to learn your language anyway, that's not important. Very confusing.
I do apologize. I will get on our literary critics to...
I mean, can't you just make a royal decree or something to change the name?
Well, I'm trying
Why don't you make an association like l'Académie? I don't know. You could add it. You could add whatever country you wanted after that. And they can make very strict rules about what's a word and what is not a word.
My apologies, Your Highness. Obviously, Hardly doesn't really understand the rules of...
No, this is a great idea. In fact, Hardly, how about this? How about once you return, we create this academy and then you become the headmaster? As someone who had to learn this language, you have a very strict understanding. So maybe you can... Would that work?
No.
I see.
But, I will be happy to write a list of the things that are wrong with your language.
It will be a long one.
I see. Then I will get my guards
It's
to...
okay. I don't have to sleep very much. I am powered by the yearning of souls, you see.
With that, the two guards just kind of like grip the halberds slightly stronger.
I mean, to be fair, that not having to sleep much is a defining trait of most academics.
I never made it in academia.
They're not wrong, so...
Can everybody else hear Cal and I just cannot?
Oh, you can't?
Oh, no.
I cannot. No, I might have to leave and come back. This is very much a video. It's just deciding that I'm not allowed
No,
to.
tech gremlins.
Okay, I'm gonna
That's fine.
leave and come back. Sorry, Guy Fawkes. BRB.
As I always say, it's not a stream without technical issues.
Oh,
There
that's
always
true.
has to be.
The great thing about Von Ninja is that it won't.
Well, yeah, shuffle and... So, yes. Is this something that you would be willing to do?
I mean, at this point, it doesn't sound like we get a whole lot of a choice.
Yeah, what they said.
What they said.
It's not the best choice, but it is the best option I can come up with. I can even get you your own cart.
Our own cart?
Yeah, so you can just...
Dude, is there something to pull the cart
Yes!
as well?
We
Okay,
we
great.
have your very own chauffeur. Timmy
Is this a horse?
is...
Would we need to protect our chauffeur?
Yes. he's young but he's very he's good at protecting himself. He
Great.
doesn't.
I don't think any of us are good at protecting other people, to be honest.
That's not true.
Oh, except Hardly.
If I'm being honest, Timmy is much more likely to leave you all if there's danger.
Oh. Could we request a chauffeur that won't do that?
Better and better.
Can you request? Absolutely. Can I fulfill that request? That is a little more difficult considering people think you blew up the library and all.
Right, so shall we just assume we don't have a choice and
Probably yes. I do apologize for this. I'm very sorry.
Can I? Is there Can I do an insight check to see if he's actually sorry?
First roll, yes. So for insight check, for rolls in Fabula Ultima, you combine 2 of the stats. So that's might, dexterity, insight, and willpower. For an insight check, that's just insight. Unless you're trying to use your words to kind of get him to trip over his words, then that will be insight willpower.
It's gonna be an 8 and an 8 regardless.
Okay. So yeah, you're just listening to him like that's insight.
That is a 14.
Whoo! Just so you all are aware,
not the right dice. I am sorry.
Give me 2d8s.
2d10s.
That'll make it easier to get 14 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6. So
Ooh,
slightly
usually you're pretty good at reading people, but considering that he just suggested that there is a threat of you losing your head, the 2 guards who are now holding their halberds, it's really hard to pay attention to King Maximilian while there's all this other stuff coming. So you can't really tell. He seems sincere, but you're also not really sure.
He's also a politician.
Right, this is what he does. So yeah, he seems sure, but also you have no reason to believe that other than, yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Right, well, I mean, the good news, Hardly, is that we get to see more of the world that you haven't seen yet.
That is exciting. There might be fish.
There might be fish.
Might be fish.
That's true.
There is a river in the Lost Forest somewhere.
Birds. Many birds.
There are birds in the Lost Forest.
Hardly has perked up at this, and they're you can see those who are standing around Hardly, if there is light shining upon them, can see that although Hardly is a fairly kind of standard humanoid size, average in height, the shadow that Hardly casts is 8 or 10 feet tall and hulking, and has kind of a mist surrounding it. And so I think Hardly kind of stomps a little bit, like a toddler who's being given a treat, and it just goes.
With that being more evident, the guards will take an even more defensive stance as they are starting to get very concerned. King Maximilian doesn't seem bothered at all.
I think Blaze is poking at the shadow, just trying to see if it feels any different.
Give me an insight check.
All right. That is an 11.
As you look at, you have this weird sense of deja vu, specifically looking at the throne room that is encompassed by Hardly's hulking shadow. And it's for a split second, but you're I've been here before. You can't place specifically where, but you have, and you're sure of it. You have been here.
I think you just hear Blaze kind of mutter to themselves, "Why is this happening again?"
Well, do you know what? Maybe we should just be on our way. So sorry.
Yes, go down to the North Gate, and Timmy will be waiting for you. He is prepped and ready to take you on your journey. Fair warning, once you get to the Lost Forest, if you're not back in 48 hours, he will leave you.
Great. What a guy.
This may seem like a little bit of a stupid question, but do we have to come back?
No. I
So
think
just leaving is an option.
it is an option. I think it would be good if you came back, because if you don't come back, then you're wanted criminals. Even if you didn't do it, you're like running. I think it's simpler if you just, once again, it's just retrieving an artifact, bring it back. The worst part is going to be finding your way through the Lost Forest. And we have a map. Like, look.
You
Sure.
say all of these things, but in my experience, it is never that simple.
Right. Also, could you? I don't recall if you told us what the artifact we're looking for.
That also might be important.
Yes, there is a tome within some ruins in the Lost Woods.
This fills me with confidence.
Does it have a blue cover? Does it have a name?
Black cover with red accents.
Okay.
And how will we know it's the right one? I wouldn't want to pick up the wrong black cover with red accents.
No, you'll know.
Okay.
Again, that phrase does not fill me with confidence.
Once it's an artifact, like you won't mistake it for your average tome.
Is it magical? Sure. Yes.
Great. Awesome.
Well, I know a little something about magic. And you're intelligent, and this child is very resourceful, and Hardy can do everything as far as I'm concerned, so we'll be fine, shall we?
Could possibly go wrong.
Wonderful.
Everything.
All right. Well, then I will expect to see you back soon. By the time you're back, you will be cleared of all charges. I can almost 100% guarantee it.
Almost does not fill me with confidence. What if we do come back and you haven't cleared us?
Well, if you do come back and you have this artifact, then it won't matter, because blowing up a library is bad, sure, but this artifact will help the prosperity of St. Eve at least, and so I'm sure people will forget all about it. I will hold a parade in your honor. I will make sure, no matter what, that this is not a problem.
Can I request to not be honored with a parade? I just want to go back to my stuff and be left alone, to be honest.
Can I have 2 parades?
They
Can
can
I
have
take
my
their
parade.
parade?
Yes, you can have their parade,
Cool.
and we will build. Do you want to stay in the library, or do you want your own kind of like
I
workshop?
mean, that would be nice.
Okay,
I would like to do that.
Everyone will have a parade except for Rye and Blaze. Blaze, you will have 2 parades, and Rye will build you your own workshop.
Can I have birds at
First
my
one will be
parade?
Blaze, second one will be Blaze in a different hat.
Yes. Hardly. We will get birds. Do you want like peacocks, or do you want flying birds?
I want all the birds.
Okay, we'll get as many birds for your parade.
Different kinds of birds.
Yes.
Are you going to eat the birds? Never mind. No, it's not important.
I don't think we want to fight.
Sorry.
I don't think we want to know that.
Shall we?
I like birds.
To eat?
I think that's conversation for later. I'm gonna just like steer Blaze towards the exit.
Great, fantastic. I will follow you immediately.
I think we'll be going now.
It was a pleasure to meet you all. I hope you all return safely.
Okay.
Under my breath, I'm gonna say, "I wish the feeling was mutual."
Once we're fully like out of the throne room, I'm gonna lean over to Blaze and be like, what do you mean again? This is happening again. What does that mean?
I'm actually not sure what that means. So I came from the future. I don't really know how I got back here.
Okay, I mean,
But I've been here before.
Oh boy.
But I'm sure that is fine and doesn't mean anything.
Great.
I'm sure I've done a lot of things before.
Yeah, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. Can we go?
Yes, please.
And so you make your way down to the north gate where you see the 10-year-old Timmy. And he says, "Welcome, adventurers. I'm so glad we are going to save the world."
I think Hardly just turns to Carta and says, "This is a child."
Yes, it sure
Seems
does
like
seem to
that.
be a child. Yes, even more of a child than this one.
That one is in
Great.
adolescence. This one is a child.
It's a child. Timmy, my darling, could maybe perhaps you know what, give me one moment. Rye,
Yeah,
do you think we should maybe we should send Timmy home like the moment he drops us off at the
I think
forest?
that's probably not a bad idea.
Great.
Unless somehow Timmy has some connection with this cart. I think
Timmy, is it possible for you to drive us to the forest and then walk back to the city and leave the cart for us?
If you pay for, what if you pay for a cart from Marbule back
How
here?
much does a cart cost?
50 gold?
Sure. I'd rather you not be in danger for long. Or at all would be preferable, but
Or maybe
we
he
are.
could wait just on the outside of the forest. Just stay there with the cart and we go in from there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
My job is just to get you there.
Well, then that's asked and answered, I guess.
Great.
All right. So you all jump into the cart with Timmy. And in the first few hours of this 2-day trip, you learn one thing about Timmy. Timmy is a talker. Timmy can talk and talk. Doesn't matter what he's talking about. Timmy just goes and goes, which could be nice or not nice, depending on what you feel. Once again, it is a 2-day trip. About 8 hours in the first day, you notice something. Timmy stops talking. Timmy gets ridiculously quiet. And for somebody who has taken maybe 3 breaths in the last 8 hours.
Timmy, are you all right?
Oh, yeah. This is just the field of giant rats, and so I like to stay quiet as we're going through. We're going to do our first group roll. The way group rolls work is that you elect a leader, and then everyone else's support. And so the support, they roll a check. This time it's going to be a stealth check, which is going to be dexterity. If you roll over a 10, you get to add a +1 bonus to the group leader's roll.
Who has the highest dex?
Not me.
Probably me.
Great! The teenager will be our group leader.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
that makes sense, right? They're made of rubber.
It's
Right.
true.
All right, so everybody else roll a double dex roll. If you get over a 10, let me know.
88.
Oh, I rolled 2 6s.
Our first crit.
I rolled a 5 and a 6, so I have 11. So +1 also.
I'm assuming that face means you did not, in
Yeah, I
fact.
got 6.
You gotta say, okay. Well, we have at least +2 bonus, but because we have, where did you go? Our first crit, we get to use our first opportunity. So on the cheat sheet, there is a list of opportunities you can use, including the next check performed by you or an ally receives a +4 bonus. So
+4 is insane.
It is. That's ridiculous.
but like I say, there is a list, only a few of which will be relevant to this, but you can choose which one, including that +4.
Sure. We could do a plus. I mean, is there any reason not to do a +4? It feels
Not
like.
really.
I think
Yeah,
this
let's do-
early, yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't need anything of
don't
the
know
other
what we're
stuff
up
yet.
against.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well then, Blaze, if you would roll a dex with +6.
If you fail this one, I'm gonna be real upset.
That was a 12 on the dice, +6 is an 18.
Good God.
We are the sneakiest people you've
The
met in your
bonus, the
life.
bonus was almost more than my dice roll. Point that out.
All right. So as you're cruising along, you do see a group of 4 giant rats. And you just kind of like scooch Timmy over and take over. They don't even notice your presence.
Just like noticing the dips in the road and things like that, making sure we don't cause any extra noise.
And Timmy, who has done this trip dozens of times at this point, is just in awe of your skill. Timmy now has a bond with you. He admires you.
Oh,
I love
yay.
For the next day or so, he talks a lot, but a lot of what he's doing is trying to like make himself feel cool, look cool in the eyes of Blaze. Is there anything you would like to do before you arrive at the city of Marbule?
I think that a thing that hardly talks about a lot with Timmy and anyone else who will listen is the various birds that we're seeing and what their usual migration patterns are and whether they like the cold weather or warm weather and what shape their beaks are and how good they are for opening nuts or stabbing other birds. Also, she's going to teach Timmy how to use a dagger.
Okay.
You say that like he might not already know.
Roll a willpower insight.
Oh no.
Also, I need to know
What's
is Hardly's surname Darwin?
I'm like Cher. I don't have a
Just talking about
surname.
Finches.
What was it? Willpower insight, was it? Dexterity?
Yes.
What? Willpower insight. Okay.
Since you said something about birds stabbing other birds with their beaks, I just have to tell everybody that they discovered a bald eagle that was like floating in a lake with a loon chick, and it turns out that it had been stabbed in the heart by an adult loon.
Oh wow.
Revenge. See, Hardly would love that. I rolled a 3, so that's not good news, I'm guessing.
So you were Timmy was picking it up pretty quickly. Then Timmy noticed your shadow and all learning ceased. Timmy was like, wait, oh my gosh, can you look? Oh, so fully focused on the shadow.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like, he's afraid of me now. But
No,
no,
like,
just
he
thinks
thinks this
I'm
is
really
like the greatest
cool.
thing. He's just
Okay.
like too distracted to actually
He's
learn
10. I
anymore.
forgot. He's 10. I understand. Yeah, so we're vibing.
Yeah. So you don't have you didn't teach him anything, but he does like you now.
But
So-
I did give him a knife.
Yes. He
That's
has it.
important.
And now
important.
he feels like he's part of the team. So he thinks there are now 5 adventurers, not 4. And his job is just to like protect the cart while you all are out, because that's his main job in the party. You know, everybody
Yes,
has
please.
a job.
That is his main job. Please don't come with us.
All right. It takes a little while.
Quick mechanics question. All of my like alchemy stuff, that's all done like in the moment, right? That's not a prep.
Yes,
thing.
all in the
you
moment.
quickly mix an explosive and
Yeah,
then just toss
exactly.
it.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
All right. It's about 6 p.m. the next day, and you pull into this quaint little like cobblestone street. Every house has like a water wheel. There are these like streams built into the street. This is the city of Marbule, most famous for its magical school. This is like the Harvard of all magical schools.
Like I was probably supposed to go to the school before my parents realized I was terrible at healing magic.
Yeah, like you already had a place. You were going to meet with all the white mage trainers, and they kept being like, you know, what if just do this one healing spell?
Nope.
Yeah. So you likely would have been here at some point. You've seen it. You've like toured the grounds. And so you know at the northeast part of this is an entrance, usually guarded by minimum 2 guards, to the Lost Forest, because people think it's a tourist destination and then they go in and then they never come out.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to come back here so soon, but here we are.
Timmy pulls up. The guards say, what you're doing. He lets them know. He parks, pulls out his dagger, and just kind of like sits.
You're doing a great job, Timmy.
We're gonna do this.
We are, and you will take part of the glory.
Just this like look of pride comes on his face. Yeah, it is now 6 p.m. You're in Marbule. You can spend the night here. You can prep. You could go straight in. You can look for information.
I guess point of order, we were told we had 48 hours. I'm guessing this, how does this fit in with those 48 hours?
King Maximilian said Timmy was instructed to leave you, or Timmy is just a kind of boy who's like, I'm bored, it's taking too long, I'm out. Timmy's not going anywhere. Timmy will sit here for like 5 years waiting for y'all.
We have changed his mind about us.
Beautiful. Okay, then we are good.
You're his big sibling now, so
I am. It's true.
Yeah, like Timmy's not going anywhere.
And in the back of Rye's head, it's like, this is gonna be horrible at some point. The combination of the two of them. But that is a problem for tomorrow.
That's down the road.
And that's why Timmy's not coming with us. Oh, they're gonna hang around with you a lot, but that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah. Now there are 2 children in the library.
I want to learn how to blow stuff up. Great.
Yep.
Awesome. Love that for me.
I feel like, and I do feel like Blaze has been sharing some of that with Timmy, just being like, here are these incredible things that I've seen Rye do and create, and like, this fire looks so amazing when it burns.
And Rye very specifically has kept like the coat that they have on over their armor like closed.
Right.
So like you don't see the potion bottles that are sewn into the inside lining.
Right. Give me a double insight check if you would.
I'll roll the correct dice this time. Ooh, that's a 15.
On the first day after Timmy and Blaze became like best buds, you notice Timmy, who before this had, even though he'd been talking, he was always looking forward, would consistently look back and like try to get sneak peeks into your code. That night while y'all slept, you noticed Timmy awake and he was just sketching vials, sketching beakers.
I mean, I guess that's better than him trying to steal them out of the coat. Don't want to have to punch a child.
Yeah, does it seem like he wants to punch? It seems like he's trying to endear himself to you all.
Right. Well, I'm ready to go if you are. Of course, if you want to rest first, I understand.
I mean, we could always take shifts sleeping in the cart if we had to.
I'd rather just go in the forest.
How far
Let's
out
go in the
of
forest.
the forest are we still? Or are we like at there already?
You have to cross the city, but it's a small city. Like you
Okay,
could cross
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have to go through the magic?
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna like stand but circled by other people. I'm embarrassed to be here, frankly.
Give me Dex willpower. See if you can like just kind of like make
Hide myself.
Yeah.
Is there a way for me to like help? Because I am small, but I am giant.
It's okay. I got 10.
10? 5'5" perchance?
6'4".
6'4". Well, I'm just going to do a thing. Don't mind me.
Also, if you roll the same number but on different dice types, does it count as a pair? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the different dice types. If you roll a double 6, double 7, double 8, and above, that is a critical hit essentially. And if you roll a double 1, that just makes me happy because that's a fumble. Okay, so based on what I roll, you all are heading to the forest, and you see a very familiar gnome. She was meant to be like your research partner in like White Mage 101.
Mm-hmm.
Like leaving the bar, and she looks up and says, "Is that you, Harley?"
Hardly.
Oh, no, so, I'm sorry. Is that you, Carta?
Hi.
You
Yep.
remember this gnome as June, White Mage Prodigy.
Hi, June. How nice to see you. How's the career? Are you
And then June will
a
run up and
royal
then
mage yet?
she'll run up and hug you, and then pull back, and be like, "Oh wait, I forgot. Were you okay with hugs?"
Yep, this is fine. Just yep. I prefer a little warning, but
I'm so sorry.
no
I'm just so excited to see you.
worries. Why?
And you have friends. Hi, friends. My name is June.
This is Rye. Rye's like an academic. This is Blaze. Their assistant. Their
I never signed that paperwork. I do not.
This is Blaze, and this is Hadley. Don't pay too close attention to Hadley's shadow there. Very normal.
Do you like birds?
I guess yeah. I like birds.
Good.
Well, okay. Yes.
So, how are you?
Things are great. How are you doing? Your family said you had a disease or
Something like that. Yes. Something. I'm feeling better.
I'm so glad.
We're actually the king has sent us on a quest, so not much time to catch up, as it were.
Oh, well, I don't. Apologies, I don't mean to bother you. Is there any way that I can help? And she looks at you with these kind of like puppy dog eyes.
I'm gonna elbow them. Just slightly be like,
What?
we don't know where we're going.
So nice of you to offer. Unfortunately, it's sort of a little.
Right. Yes. Of course.
But June, a pleasure to meet you, and hopefully I'll have a reason to be in town again. Or if you're ever in capital, you can come see me.
I absolutely will. Yes. Thank you.
Great.
Bye.
Bye.
She continues on her way home.
Let's not talk about that and keep going. Thank you.
All right. And you make your way to the gates to the Lost Woods. Once again, 2 guards are there, but they have been informed that a group of 4 people will be coming through, and they just kind of assume it's you and open the path.
I'm gonna talk to one of them on the way out.
Mhm.
There's a child guarding a cart on the other end of the city. I would leave him alone because he just discovered how fun daggers can be, and
Appreciate the warning. Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
I'll pass the word around. We don't need dagger happy child.
If you handle them correctly, a good dagger will be able to cut through anything like butter.
See, that's part of the problem. That's exactly part of the reason why I had this conversation.
I see. That makes sense. Well, don't worry. I will. I'll let everyone know.
Probably a good plan.
I need somebody who would be in the back as you're like walking through this like single file gate.
I mean, would I be the last one through
if you're like talking? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Give me whoever is in the back. Give me a double insight.
That's you.
Yep, that is a 14.
Wow.
When I rolled
Double
the
sevens?
correct dice, actually.
Yeah, double
No,
7.
8 and a 6.
Dang it.
You hear as you're like leaving, you hear them say, "That's a damn shame. They seem like nice people."
Rude.
I mean, they said we were nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that because that's probably that's probably about what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I think they were going to disappear in the Lost Woods. It's fine.
Have a great time.
All right. You're in the Lost Woods. Looks like just some normal woods. By the way,
we have the map.
That's like who would have had the map?
Not me.
I feel like it's either Carta or Rye, frankly.
That's actually true. I'm actually relatively intelligent, so yeah.
I mean, map reading, is that insight?
Yeah.
Willpower?
This will be insight willpower because this is a magical map, even though it looks like it was created with crayons.
Okay, I can read that. Or if you want to try to read it, right.
I've had a couple of rolls. You can go ahead.
All right, insight willpower.
Tragically, that is a 9.
Okay. You get the vague sense about how the Lost Woods work. One, you might be slightly shocked that this actually is a relatively accurate map.
Huh.
It's just slightly difficult to like really get a handle on. But you can, if you like spend the night here, you can probably get to where you're going within the first like 6 hours of waking up. However, because you rolled a 9, there is a slight chance you might get into a fight before you get to the ruins.
That's okay. Yes, actually, I always thought that the Lost Forest was the sort of forest that turned you around on purpose, but it doesn't seem like it. I think we'll be fine. Don't know why everybody's getting stuck here.
I would like to knock on the nearest tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
And it's just like, it feels like it's not even something that they think about. It's just like they hear, they're like, what could go wrong? It's just...
Is a bird home?
You have seen no birds in this forest.
There are no birds here.
Yes, that is a very unusual thing for a forest.
Hardly is now alarmed.
Yeah, do we hear any animal sounds at all?
Interesting you ask. Not only do you not hear any animal sounds, you don't hear any sounds. No babbling brooks, no talking from the people who were just behind you, and now you look back and they're not there. It is deadly silent. Like, almost to the point where you're in that silence room where if you're in there too long, you start hearing your heartbeat type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is ridiculously silent.
Oh, how peaceful.
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
I don't like this forest.
Oh, okay. Right, then
I think you'll be fine.
Let's start walking so we can leave quickly then.
If there's no fish, we should leave.
I'll keep that in mind if we find the river.
Yeah, the fish typically are concentrated in river-like areas, mostly. If we find a fish just on the path, that fish, something has gone wrong with that fish.
Right.
All right.
Rye's correct there.
So we're heading. We're not resting. We're heading straight into
the forest.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
We can rest inside the ruins if we need
I'm
to.
a child. I don't need sleep.
That's fair.
I'm an academic. I don't need sleep.
I'm from the void. I don't need sleep.
I need sleep.
But it's still only like 7 o'clock, so you got a couple hours left in you.
I'm sure it's fine.
Here's how we're going to do this. Everybody, you get to tell me how you're going to contribute to finding the ruins, whether it's, being stealth, whether it's reading the map, whether it's like using chemicals to like protect yourself from others, and then I'll have you roll. If you gain 6 successes, including like crits and that stuff, you make it. If you don't, we get into a nice little fight because you spent too much time meandering around a forest that may or may not want you here.
Sorry, did you say the 4 of us need 6 successes?
The math does not math super easy, but like there's a way for it to work. For instance, if
2 of us have to get doubles.
Or if one person gets doubles and you do the +4, or if you get over a 13, you get 2 successes on a clock.
Oh.
Over a 16, you get three successes on a clock.
Okay.
Progress, which is what we're technically doing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do reading the map.
Okay. Same thing. Insight willpower.
Oh, 11. 7 and 4.
Okay. And so you're finally able to like start reading it and you're figuring out it's less about finding your way and more about communing with the forest. Essentially, the forest is an entity, and if you commune with it, it's like, oh, you're trying to go to the ruins. I can help you with that. All right, you have 1 success.
I
We'll
want
go as
to.
Character
Oh,
sheet
I'm
has
sorry.
decided to not again.
I want to use. I want to be like me versus nature. That's the conflict I'm choosing. Harley versus nature. So I'm like clearing brush for us. I'm like making it easier to go. I'm keeping an eye out for other animals because I want there to be other animals.
Give me a might willpower.
My willpower.
Plus, cleaning the brush is nice because we'll be able to see which way we came.
Yeah, there will be like a path. 5 plus 8 is 13.
Which is enough for 2.
Okay,
And
there,
so
baby.
as you're communing, actually, you don't have a 13, you have a 15 because you had a +2 bonus to this for reasons that I cannot say. You're communing with this force and it feels very familiar, like really familiar.
I've changed my mind. I love this forest, but it could use more birds.
It could use more birds. In fact, you also feel that the forest shares that sim, like, why are there not enough birds here? Why aren't there more birds?
I know, right?
All right, we got a 15, so that's 3 out of 6. Right, Blaze, how would you like to contribute?
I think for Blaze, they are going more of the stealthy route, but trying to then scout ahead, maybe get up in the trees a bit to see what they're able to parse out and help guide everyone who is on the ground.
Give me a Dex insight check.
Okay. That is an 8 and a 5, so a 13.
A 13. All right. That's up to 5. You climb up, and it's weird. The tree density on the ground is pretty minimal. Like, it's very, very clear of forest. But when you climb up, it feels like you're in the Amazon. Like, you cannot see down.
Interesting.
Magic.
However, there is one area in this just like slew of trees that there are no trees that might be big enough for a building or, a ruin, so to speak.
Yeah, then Blaze would definitely be pointing that out to everyone.
Oh,
I
right,
would
right.
like to chemically essentially make like a vial that's essentially a glow stick.
Oh, nice.
To make it to where we can see slightly better. Since I'm assuming canopies making it slightly difficult to see.
Yes. Inside Dex. Or Insight. It's not super hard to do.
Insight would be a lot better.
Yeah, we'll do Insight.
Now it's going to be terrible.
Is your Dex your D6?
15.
What was it?
15, 7 and 8.
Excellent.
We got an extra success. Look at that.
So, as you all are like working, you all get the feeling that this entity known as the Lost Forest, the Lost Woods, actually like really likes you all and is like happy you're here. And it adds an extra few hours because it just kind of wants to hang out, and so it has you all just like wandering in an attempt to like. But eventually, out of nowhere, looks like a cathedral, a like collection of buildings, these very ancient ruins that very much smell of undeath appear. And outside of this ruin, you see 2 skeletons, one with a sword and shield, and one with a staff.
Do they seem aggressive?
Not yet. They do seem like they're guarding something.
But they seem like, are they like, they're standing on their own 2 feet and...
Yes.
full
very
mobile.
clearly like undead, magically infused, armed enemies.
I will step into the clearing and greet them, I guess. Hello, Guardians. We have been tasked with coming into these ruins and taking out a tome. Will you please let us pass so that we do not have to harm each other?
The mage looks at you, slack-jawed, and then the jaw just kind of falls off.
See, you're already so fragile. We don't want to break you. And we would also prefer not to be broken. So,
To be fair, I wouldn't say no to breaking some skeletons. I mean, just
if you attack us, our friend here, right, will be more than happy to break you. So, perhaps you should just let us pass.
They don't seem to have intelligence behind
I
their
don't
eyes.
think they understand me.
I'm gonna take a step forward. Just one.
Okay, you take one step forward. They don't attack.
Okay.
Hardly is gonna amble over.
Just like keep on ambling.
Yeah.
Sniff them?
Okay.
What's going on here?
When you get in within like 30 or something feet, the skeletal mage is going to launch an Umbra spell at you.
That's just rude.
Let's see if they're any good. What is your magical defense?
I'm guessing not great. 10?
10?
So the black purple orb just like whizzes by you and goes into the forest, missing you.
Well, that's a shame. And I'll pull out my bow.
And I think it's time for initiative.
Yeah,
as
it's Rye is just that GIF from Hot Fuzz, like loading the shotgun.
yeah,
Love it.
Shame.
What do I roll? I know what my modifier is, but what do I roll? for
yes.
initiative?
So the way initiative works is the same thing with group checks. So you nominate one person, and everybody else is support. Initiative is insight, dexterity.
Insight
For
dexterity.
the support,
Okay.
it's the same thing. If you roll over a 10, then the lead person gets +1.
Do not have me as a lead. I'm wearing armor that gives me -2 to initiative.
So am I.
I have a
Yeah, sage robes.
-3.
High five.
I have a -3, but I'm gonna confess that I don't know why.
You have the
The armor probably.
armor.
Heavy armor.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Oh, I am. Well, and the thing is, I kind of wanted it to be like narratively like a thing that she was wearing when she came, and she doesn't like they just don't know what it is, right? But like I wear it and it feels good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm less good because of that, but I do have a very cool hammer. Consider.
Nice. Hey, Blaze, what's your initiative modifier?
It's a 0, which I
Cool,
thought
the-
was going to be the worst.
No. I guess the kid's leading. Go teens, go! Go teens, go!
All right, so everybody roll to support. If you get over a 10, +1 to Blaze, and then
I
Blaze.
did not. Sorry, bud.
That's 6.
9.
All right, Blaze, it is a straight roll for you.
The
Cool.
skeletons
Great,
are going to
great,
be
great,
faster
great.
than us.
Yeah, that's about right.
That is a 9 as well.
Okay. So then the way the initiative works is whoever wins, which in this case is you all, your team goes first, and then the other team, and then your team, and then the other team.
Turn-based is...
Yep.
What a trip. All right.
Incredible.
All right, so you all, because you rolled over a 6, you go first. Who would like to go?
I would like to smash it with my hammer.
All right.
I have, for the record, for those of us who are playing along at home, I have been given a very cool thing, which is called a gravity hammer or gravity mace. I'm sorry. And I'm very cool. That's what you should know.
As you came from the void, you had this with you. back home, this was just a regular hammer. You know, you build things. Seems to have different properties
Yeah.
here.
People just use cooler stuff in the void, I guess. Unfortunately, I have no idea where that tab went with the information that tells me about that hammer. That's unfortunate.
Let me see if I can.
I've made a mistake. Okay.
Gravity mace. So it is a might roll, and then if you hit, it is your
there it is. Okay.
highest roll plus 14 earth damage.
Okay. All right. So my might is 10, so I'm going to do 2 10s. And let's see how this goes. So I rolled a 10 and a 1.
Okay. That does in fact hit.
Okay, that's good news. So that's 10 plus 14.
So 24 earth
24
damage.
Earth damage.
Or that's what you expect it to be.
Oh.
But as you hit, the skeletal mage screams in pain as you deal 48 earth damage.
Oh, it is vulnerable to earth damage.
And it just shatters and falls down.
That is, I like this maze so much.
Well, I did
This
say
is the best maze. It's a very good maze.
The skeletal soldier is going to attack you. Let's see,
That's
what do
rude.
you do?
Is it one of us goes, then one of them, then one of us?
Yeah,
then one of them?
always. Back and
Gotcha.
back. And it's going to hit you, and it's just going to clink off of your armor.
Haha!
Your turn.
I would like
All
to
right.
update.
I was going to
Right.
nominate Rye.
So Rye shifts, and the shield that is on their back like slides down their arm to
Ooh.
attach because they make things. And then they hit the what looked like a walking staff on the ground, and it folds out, and it's their axe on the other end.
Heck
Nice.
So I'm gonna go up
yeah.
and just attempt to essentially uppercut this thing with my axe.
Nice.
Massively cool.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit because with all of my other things, that's an 18,
Yeah, no, that hits.
and that's a 9 plus a 19 physical.
Ooh.
Unless is a skeleton a beast?
Skeleton is not a beast, sadly.
It's a humanoid. Okay, so
Undead.
yeah, 19 damage.
All right, so you do 19 damage, slashing, taking off his left arm, dropping his shield. Because there is no other enemies on this side, you all just go.
Okay. I'll go next then. I'm gonna shoot him with that bow that I just pulled out, which is Dex plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 5 and 5. Does that? Or is it just 6 and 6? That's extra.
Yeah, just 6 and 6 and above.
Okay, so that's 11 then.
This bow, given to you by your family to protect you on your adventures into the darkness, it's really weird. Like, you're still like kind of getting used to it because it is a light bow. The arrow just flies wide into the forest.
Well, that was embarrassing. It's like a bright light arrow too, so just like it's a white, just like bright zing just off into the woods, and just like.
You do see the skeletal soldier's head turn, and when it looks back, even though you don't see intelligence behind it, you do see fear in his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that hitting it with light magic would really hurt a dark creature, but I need to aim first, so irrelevant. Blaze, you're up.
Yeah, Blaze has just kind of been standing back, getting to watch all of you start these attacks. And at some point in the midst of it, they pulled out a length of chain that they're just kind of swinging in preparation, getting a feel for the heft. And they're going to lash out and see about hitting one of these the last skeleton
Let's
with
do
this. That is an 11.
You do hit it, but it clinks off of the armor of the skeletal soldier.
Blaze looks very disappointed. Like, you could see them just psyching themselves up, being like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then that happens, and they're just like, oh.
All right, top of the initiative order. Back to you all.
I assume we're just gonna keep the same order.
Yeah,
You can, yeah.
keep in the same order.
You're muted, my dear.
I sure am.
Had to happen at some point.
I'm honestly surprised it took this long. Although I must confess, you all didn't notice, but there are definitely at least 2 times since we've been in this call that I've just started talking. But I'm just, I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit the skeleton with my hammer.
Smash.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's a 4.
I mean, the void, the gravity in the void is like very different, and so you're still like getting used to. So you do in fact miss. The skeletal soldier is going to attack you because you're just there hardly. What is your defense again?
10.
All right, and so it slashes at you as you take 19.
Oh, is this magic? Wait, is this magical defense or is
Physical
this
defense?
Physical defense. Hang on, I think it's higher. I think it's 12.
Oh,
Yeah, 12.
right, and so it slashes at you, and once again just bounces off.
I think very sincerely and confused, Hardly says to the skeleton, I think my mace is broken.
Roll me a double willpower.
Okay. What's my
Sometimes you
willpower?
just miss.
Willpower. It doesn't. Hardly is upset and confused. 6 on willpower.
Okay, it doesn't register that.
Oh, I should have tried harder.
All right, back to your turn. You all just get to go for the remainder of the round.
I want to try and take off its head.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 9. 9. I don't think that's gonna hit.
No.
With the 4 of us against this one skeleton, the other one getting smashed so fast, I don't want to use any MP on this, so I'm just gonna keep shooting at it as well.
Pew pew.
That's 13 to hit.
That does in fact hit.
Okay. For damage, it says HR plus 12. What is HR?
So that's your high roll,
roll.
the highest number you rolled on those 2 dice.
Oh, okay. So it was a 7 and a 5, so 19 light damage.
19, and this time because it does hit, dealing 38 light damage.
What, are you telling me undead skeletons are weak to light magic?
Shocking, I know. It explodes, and you can see the inside of the skeleton. Many of the ribs start to disintegrate, but it's still standing, kind of,
Got
barely.
it that time.
Hmm?
I got it that time. Did you see?
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Thanks.
You did really great.
You should hit it now.
And Blaze is gonna try, still with those chains, swinging them around, seeing if they can put a little more strength behind this one. And that is a 6 and a 6.
So, of course, that is a crit. So not only does it absolutely hit, you get to add one of the opportunities, including advantage, +4 to the next thing, affliction, a creature suffers days, shaken, slow, or weak. DM prerogative, don't do that. It's not going to live much longer. Bonding, you can create a bond. You have options.
Favor, we all think you're super cool.
I can't lie, I was looking at favor because, my goal is belonging in this group. So, I very much want that admiration from those of you. You told me to hit it, and I did. I want you to be impressed.
Do you want my admiration? Because
Absolutely.
Okay, great. You have it. You got it, babe. Incredible.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Where are we?
Lost it.
Bonds, Blaze, admiration. Check.
Blaze, you run up and
But we have lost our GM.
Oh, there he is.
Am I not here?
No,
You
are
disappeared
now.
for a
You
moment, but now you're
disappeared
here.
Oh, yay. You run up and wrap the chains around its neck and fling it over your back, slamming it onto the ground as it like shatters.
Well done.
Blaze looks so happy with Carta's admiration and then just gives a thumbs up.
Excellent work.
That's a new way. I haven't seen that way used in that one before.
And it was very impressive. Shall we go inside? Perhaps we want to rest once we go in, or
Yeah, I think probably getting off the path before we decide to do that would probably be the best bet.
right.
Right. Yeah, we'll say. We'll say you take a rest, like right outside. Going in, maybe opening another can of worms, but you know at the very least here is safe. And so you. I knew you definitely have enough item points to create a nice little like camp set, and you rest outside. And I think this is where we'll take a quick break as we enter the ruins to find the very boring menial tome that just has red accents on it. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes or so as we go get some water, recharged for the second half of Fabula Ultima. See y'all soon. And welcome back to Fabula Ultima. Our heroes, the party, has had a nice restful sleep. Apparently, the forest itself acted on guard, protecting everybody from any would-be skeletons that would converge on them.
Well, that's good because we definitely forgot to set watch.
Yeah. And why would there be more skeletons? Like, we
No,
dealt
we
with
did
the
a great job.
skeletons.
Yeah, we dealt with the skeletons.
So you wake up and you head into the ruins. And immediately you see sconces all throughout, all with flickering green lights.
Can I make a check to see if I know if that's like alchemical or magic?
Yeah, insight, or insight willpower, whichever is the better of the two.
That is a 14.
This is straight up magic. And while
So
you
I
can't,
have no idea how it works.
yeah, you're like I there's definitely no science behind that, so it's probably some like magic nonsense. Yeah. But while the outside looks like a beaten down kind of like open air cathedral, the inside is much more complex. Much like navigating through the Lost Forest, you will need to navigate through this. However, you do not have the benefit of the forest just like wanting to try to be buddies with you all. Same rules. You need to have one round of you all to get 6 successes.
Okay, so this time what Carta wants to do, because the map was for the forest and not for the cathedral, obviously, is try to focus on the like kernel of magic and like sense where it is strongest, because they presume that the tome will be,
that would be
at the crux.
Willpower, insight. I will give you a choice. You can add a +2 bonus to this roll, or a -2 detriment to this roll. Depending on which you choose, you will get very different information.
Okay, I will try with the -2.
That's what we like to hear.
We like to play chaotic. Unfortunately, that's a 6. I rolled a 1 and a 5. Yeah.
So that's a 4.
You add 0.
Oh, sorry.
To
-2. That's a 4.
the 4. Okay, so you add 0 to the 6 that you need to make it to the end. However, this magic looks oddly familiar.
What do you mean oddly?
Like, have you ever had that like friend that you haven't seen them for like 10 years, but you did like one thing together, like you know them, like you were like best buds back in the day, and you separated not because you were angry, just life took you in separate ways. Like,
As it does.
you are very connected to this magic, even though you can't necessarily bring back who is like where this magic came from, who was the person who used this type of magic.
The way you said that just made it like click in my brain, but not in Carter's brain. Obviously, they have less information than I do. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, nice.
Alrighty.
We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, this won't be a problem. All right, we still have 3 people.
Can I try and look at since I'm not a magic person,
Right.
can I look at the architecture because it's a cathedral?
Yep.
So like figuring, that eventually it would all go together to, let me go back to my actual art, like the nave, I think. Is that right? That might be the right word?
I think so. Give me a insight.
It's a 7.
This has the more you're looking at this architecture, the more you're realizing that this is not architecture native to like this land. It's like this cathedral was taken from perhaps beyond the veil. So unfortunately, you're unable to. All right, we have 2 left.
I would like to. Do I still feel like the kinship energy match? Like the vibes?
No. There is kinship from the forest. This ruins itself. If you were to feel something, feels very animos. There's much animosity in these ruins.
Okay. Well, I'm good at animosity.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm gonna do is kind of like stomp around and like I'm trying to basically like if something wants to hurt my friends, it's gonna have to go through me first.
Okay. Give me might willpower.
Okay. Gotta use that mic because it's the one I got. Oh dear. That's a 5.
So you stomp, and then like a sconce falls on you, and then there's just this green fire, and it's like not hot, but like it kind of takes the wind out of your sails.
I don't like this place.
Blaze. So for you to succeed, you would absolutely have to get a crit, and then we would have to like switch it so that you can apply it to this roll. But this Fonzie, let's just go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, let's find out in RP.
It's good to fail sometimes.
Yeah.
I think for Blaze, like they're being a teenager. They're like looking around, they're seeing what they can poke at, they're seeing what they can climb. Like that is their approach to this.
Gotcha. Dex insight.
All right. That is a 13.
Okay. So as you're poking around, you find this secret passage that behind some of the pews. You walk through, you bring your friends. Unfortunately, that's not enough to actually get you to the thing. And so the secret passage takes you to this room, this chamber. And in this chamber, there is a ritual circle. In this chamber, there is a sacrificial, what's the word? A place where sacrifices happen. Altar, there we go. And there is this woman, very pale.
Dear.
Very gothic in appearance, walking around with a floating obsidian skull around her right shoulder and a black book with a technically red accoutrements. There's a glowing red eye on the cover that is looking around, and it just turns to you all.
Okay, but that is such an aesthetic. And I think Blaze says that out loud.
Oh my god.
And then she turns and looks at you all. Carta, if you would, make me an insight roll. This is not an unimportant roll.
No kidding. Sorry, one of mine cocked, so I just rerolled it. That's an 11.
You know her. Like, why can't I remember? I'll probably remember in like 5 minutes. I hope we're not doing something. Yeah, can't remember now, but you feel like you know her. However, she is
like combining her looking familiar with the magic feeling familiar. I'm like, what? It's on the tip of my tongue.
She unfortunately does not remember you, or at the very least does not recognize you. She just yells out, "What are you doing in my lair?"
They don't like it when you call it a lair.
Who is they?
The humans.
Well, that sounds like their problem, doesn't it?
I mean, actually, I think that's pretty cool.
Oh.
I'd like a lair.
Give me a willpower dex roll.
Me or?
Oh, Blaze.
Oh, God. Okay. That's fine. Willpower dex is great. That is a 12.
So she looks at you and she says, "You I like. You die last."
Perhaps none of us die?
Let me guess. The king sent you here, didn't he?
Yes.
Then I'm sorry. All of you die. I really am sorry.
Are you? I feel like you can make a different choice if you wanted to.
I could, but I don't want to.
Sorry, I know this is a very strange place to be doing this. Do I know you?
This is what we're going to do. You're going to roll a willpower dex. I'm using that as like a kind of figuring them out, or willpower insight, either one.
They're exactly the same. Thank you.
She will roll a willpower dex to be evasive. If you
Okay.
roll higher,
I got an 8.
okay, it's possible.
If she rolls higher, she remembers me and I don't remember her. And then if I win, and then if we tie, we both remember each other simultaneously.
We did tie, so we got to roll again.
Oh, okay. I got another 8.
She looks and she recognizes you. And you see this like pained look on her face.
Okay, so you do know me.
She closes the book, puts it on the altar, turns around, and starts channeling 3 magical orbs.
Oh, that's bad.
It seems that while she does recognize you, whatever she's doing makes it seem like you can't escape.
Okay.
We
Well,
must roll initiative.
It's a tome with a black cover and red accent, so we're gonna hope that's the one.
It's going to be a different tome with a black cover, but
Yeah, I know,
So-
right?
I'm assuming we're gonna have Blaze be the leader again
Yeah.
for initiative.
Um,
Can you remind me what we roll for that? Because my
Insight.
brain-
Dexterity.
insight, dexterity.
Carta, if you can make it 3 rounds, you will remember.
noted. I got a
Survive
3 for our roll, guys. So
I mean, so did I.
Oh, great.
So this is going great, everybody.
she's gonna kill us. It's fine.
Great news, everybody! I rolled 2 6s, which is a 12.
Yay!
And
And
it
2
is-
6s.
so you can use one of those opportunities
Oh,
to
yeah.
Yeah. Something +4, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Is there a better option? I don't know.
I mean, could she just start out dazed?
Yeah.
Is that a thing we could do?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think that remembering who Carta is kind of like was like, wait, hang on.
Yeah,
And
that makes a lot of sense.
they're like, listen, they may not remember, but she does, and now she's confused.
All right, she starts out dazed. Her insight die goes from a D10 to a D8.
Nice.
All right, so you get +1 to your.
That is a 13.
With the +1.
Yep.
Her initiative. Actually, no. That does mean that you all go first.
Was it because she's dazed?
Yep.
Yay!
All right.
Nice.
You see, she doesn't seem angry. She seems almost sad. She also is channeling 3 magical black orbs. So, you know.
I'm also sad.
So who would like to go first?
I know. What
I
I'm
will
gonna
hit
do.
her with my
Yeah, okay.
hammer.
All right. Roll to hit.
We'll
Okay.
just go in the same order.
Yeah.
I mean, other people could go first if they want to, but I know what I'm going to do, and that is attempt
Hit
to
her
hit
with
her.
your hammer.
I have a brand to maintain. 13.
That hits.
Okay, so that's gonna be 8 plus 14, which is 22. Earth damage.
20. So you expect 22 earth damage, But as you hit her, she has the same kind of constitution as those undead. She's not a human being. She actually might be closer to a lich. She takes 44.
We love earth damage. I smash her with my. I keep calling it a hammer. It's a mace, but I feel the principle is the same.
All right, and you see her get knocked to the ground. And she gets up, and she is going to launch 3 spells. None of those spells will be hitting Blaze because, as she says, Blaze dies last. What are your magical defenses?
Hardly's is 10. Carda's is also 10.
Okay.
Mine's 8.
10, 10, and 8. This is a double insight, so that daze comes in real handy right now.
Woo!
Nice work.
Still does roll an 11, so you all hit, and you all take 18 light damage.
Wolf.
Oh, I don't care for that.
Totally not related to anything. Can you explain Crisis, please?
Oh, no.
Crisis, when you are below half your health, you enter crisis mode, which is necessary for certain features, abilities, that sort of thing. By the way, your bow, what does your bow do?
It gives me immune to dark.
Gotcha.
Also, I have absorb MP. So I absorb 4 MP after I suffer damage. I'm at my max MP right now. Can I go over it?
Let's say sure.
Cool. That puts me at 69 MP. Nice.
Nice.
appropriate
With the song that I just got stuck in my head, thanks to technicality. Thank you.
But with with getting hit and casting that spell, she looks exhausted. Your turn.
Bang, 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 bang. I would like to use summon and spend 40 MP to summon Arcanum of the Gate.
Ooh.
Which gives me resistance to dark damage. I'm already immune, whatever. It gives me +1 to my magic defense, so it's going to be 11 for now. And then also that activates my arcane regeneration, where I recover 5 hit points when I summon an arcanum. So I will heal for 5.
The same kind of mist that around the same mist that you all have become very acquainted with Hardly Shadow, starts to emanate around Carda.
I believe that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Right.
Okay, I have a question on potions.
Yes.
So, what I'm gonna do right off the bat is, Rise moving forward, basically gonna underhand a potion from. Well, first I'm gonna figure out what it does. So I'm gonna roll 2d20. Okay. And it does say on the effects in the effects table, it says any. So does that mean it has any, either suffers poison or recovers 30 health?
Yeah, you choose.
I can just choose to do that. Like, I can do that kind of whenever I want.
Yeah.
Rather than, or I can go with what the dice said.
Right.
Okay, cool. I am going to. That's unfortunate. They're all the same one. I am just going to hit her with 20 poison damage.
Ooh.
I think.
So you hit her with the poison.
No, actually, no. What I'm going to do is, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use one of the dice, and it's going to suffer It says suffers 20 damage, but I'm going to use my 11, and it's but with dark and earth damage.
Dark and earth?
That's what it says. This is on page 213.
213.
And I rolled and choosing to use my 11.
Gotcha. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to say earth damage.
Okay.
And then if there's something that I'm missing, we'll fix it next time. So how much earth damage was it?
It was 20, so 20 earth damage.
So she takes 40 earth damage.
And then I'm gonna move, like, basically Rye's gonna underhand that, it hits and splatters, and then move forward to kind of be the tank.
Okay, so you put yourself in front of everybody. Blaze, what do you do?
Which I think is hilarious because Rye has just stepped in front of us and Blaze just like dodges out from behind them, ready to swing those chains at his figure.
All right, roll to hit.
That was a 13.
That would hit, usually. As you swing the chains, it seems to wrap around something incorporeal. And as this, like, yellow mist that, like, has been in the room, but, like, there's been much more terrifying things to focus on, starts to come together. You see that there is this, like, sword made of mist that your chain is wrapping around that seems to be protecting this person. And this sword is connected to a hand made of mist. And after a few seconds, you see that there is this full ghost, yellow mist, that is sitting there with her sword protecting this necromancer. Anybody who has been in St. Evilise, the capital, for many years, roll an insight.
I don't know the like, probably not me, right? I'm
Probably
fairly
not, yeah.
recent. Okay.
I got 6.
I got a 12.
I'm gonna
12? Okay.
change my dice.
And Rye, what'd you get?
9.
9? Okay. Blaze, this figure looks very familiar. You remember years ago, King Maximilian had a daughter, a princess, who was like loved far and wide because she was an adventurer. She was out there, joined the Adventurers Guild. She was known as the best sword master, like, in the city. One time, went on an adventure, did not come back.
Oh fuck, that's the king's daughter. She's a ghost.
Hey, the lady that we're fighting, or the like,
The one that
ghost
my
figure.
chain's wrapped around.
The ghost, right?
Yep.
That seems less than ideal.
And she says, if you dare lay a finger on Serene, you'll have to deal with me.
oh, Serene! Oh,
It suddenly flashes back. This was your old, like, adventuring partner.
Oh, great.
oh. Huh.
With this, you have, while you did not do damage to Serene, you did force Cecilia to come out of hiding. It seems like those two are going to fight you. Back to the top of the round. It's your go.
I misread something. That does an extra 3 damage to the potion that I threw at her.
Gotcha.
I forgot about secret formula.
We can go in whatever order we want. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you gonna hit it with your mace? Hardly. 1 sec. Okay, I'll just go before you.
Sorry. Yeah, I was looking up something that is not relevant, but could have been relevant had I read it correctly the first time. So I am going to, surprising no one, try and hit her with my hammer.
Okay.
Unless, like, it doesn't seem like Carta has any particular feelings about me hitting her with the hammer. So
I mean, ultimately, Carter would rather we just not be fighting, but here we are.
That's not my specialty.
Not fighting. What is that?
I rolled an 8.
That does miss.
This is my pattern. I hit and then I miss.
It's like I said, the gravity here is weird.
I hate that. Hate that for me. I now explain to her that if she'll just hold on 1 second, I will fix my mace and then hit her properly.
Okay, they look at you, very confused. On Serene's turn, she is going to cast Accelerate on Cecilia.
Which is like haste, I presume?
Pretty much, yeah, gets an extra action.
Oh, great.
On top of her normal 2 actions.
But I want that, though. Choose me.
Your turn.
Okay, I super don't want to hit... I don't really want to hit Serene or Cecilia, but Cecilia seems to be already dead. And now that I recognize that it's Serene, I'm like, I really don't want to fight her.
You, especially with what's happening, you also know that Serene is also very dead, just in lich form.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but great, fantastic. I'm gonna... As much as I'm not really good with it, I'm going to use my bow because I know that, light magic hurts undead creatures. It's not a great day to be here right now, but it's fine. I'm going to use my bow. And that's an 8, so I presume it will not hit. 9, excuse me, that's a 9.
9 does miss, yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, this bow is weird, and you are aiming your bow at your old bestie. Like, it's rough. Cecilia is going to attempt to come after you because you're the last one who shot, but Rai is in the way. So, Rai, Cecilia is going to go after you first. What is your armor class per chance?
12.
Alrighty. So you see her take this stance, and she charges at you, and the sword goes right through you, dealing 0 damage.
Did she miss with a melee attack?
Yes.
Was that miss an even number?
No, it was a 5.
Damn it.
Now I'm waiting to find out what your cool move is.
Right? I want to know what it is too.
I can counterattack.
Oh, dope.
Then if she's going to attack me first, I would like to... I'm going to burn 3 inventory points, and Rai's going to reach in with one hand, pull a glowing vial out of his coat. And you notice they've got a very heavy glove on their left hand, because they're going to slam the axe blade into their hand, splattering that all over the axe. And then I'm going to hit her with an infusion attack.
Cool.
And we'll see if it works. That is an 11 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So I made notes because I have so many little adds to this. So it's going to do an additional 3 damage because of superior formula.
Right.
And so it's going to do 8 additional light damage. I think the whole thing turns into light, I believe. So it's 24 light damage total.
Nice.
This is the...
Are we hearing 48? 48?
This is the... What's it called? It's the, exorcism... Yeah, it's the exorcism infusion.
Right. So, as you do that, Serene is going to jump in front of Cecilia.
That's also fine.
and take the damage.
They just will not let each other get damage.
This is fun.
That's sad.
And Cecilia, being a lich, being extremely weak to light, did take 48 damage. And she just falls down. Cecilia, on her turn, drops her ghost sword and just sits down and holds Serene. Your turn.
All right, now I feel a little bad.
I feel like the rest of you hadn't noticed, like, Blaze had already been, like, lowering that chain, and yet this attack happens, and they're just kind of like, well, I was going to try to talk him down. Guess that's not needed now.
Perhaps just we should just take the book and leave.
Let's just go.
Let's just go.
Did she drop the book?
She put the book down before she went to fight, so it's on the altar.
I will go run and grab the book. Absolutely running to get the book and then booking it out. Saying sorry on the way out.
If the DM allows,
Mm-hmm.
because I know the turn order is a little, I have, when I release an Arcanum of the Gate,
Yep.
I can either do Oblivion, which does damage, or Warp. Teleport yourself in up to 5 to previously visited locations up to 1 day away. I feel like the woods themselves are magical enough that I can't just teleport out of them, but at least, like, can I teleport us out of the ruins?
I mean, y'all are like besties with the woods, so if you wanted to, had you not like actually gone through the work of like befriending the ruins, yeah, you'd be stuck in the woods. You'd be stuck in here for like ever. But yeah, like if you want to leave, you can. You just can't teleport to St. Evilise because that's like 2 days away.
Okay. Then yeah, Blaze steals the book and goes to just leave the room, and instead of doing that, I just dismiss my Arcanum of the Gate and teleport all of us to the entrance of the room.
Oof. Okay.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah. You teleport to the entrance of the woods. The guards there are very shocked to see you. Popping out of nowhere.
Hi.
As we appear, Rise axe again just like embeds itself into the ground like where they were in front of them.
Sorry, I should have warned you. Sorry.
You made it back.
We did.
Nice.
You didn't think we would.
No.
Here we are.
But we did.
There weren't enough birds.
Yeah, see about getting some birds.
We'll do what we can. If you'll excuse me a second, and one of the guards starts walking away.
I feel strange about what just happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel strange about all of this. I feel like we should go, but I also feel like we should, like, I don't know, unpack all of this because it feels wrong. I feel like we did something bad.
Yes. Yes, Rye.
I agree. And then Rye's going to go like over to the side and just vomit because of the teleportation because they're not a magic person. God, I fucking
Sorry.
That's the wrong accent.
You know, it's even worse going through a kind of gate portal from another dimension.
Sorry, I said sorry.
It makes you go all like swimmy, and then it's like being tossed and tossed, you know, just like ooh, and hardly.
I don't want to do that one again. That is not something I want to experience again.
Sorry.
I mean, we're alive, so I guess it's okay.
Sorry. I feel like my existence is never mind. Never mind.
It's delightful. Your existence is delightful.
Thank you, please. You're very sweet.
You're very good at magic.
Good job. Thank you. Good job with the book. We should maybe make sure this is the correct. Can I
Are
see
we
it?
supposed to be giving like? I'm not
Giving
one
it to the king.
people's motivations. but this man has no birds, and that makes me suspicious.
I mean, that
I do
is
think the
usually-
king actually has. He does have like a garden with
Does he have an aviary?
with
I
an
don't-
enclosed dome. I do think he has an aviary. So
Those birds do not belong to the king. They are their own creatures.
I'm confused. Do you want him to have birds or not?
I want to know if he's evil, and I think one of the best indicators is to know his relationship with the birds.
Oh, okay. Right. We can ask the king when we're back in town, I suppose. Can I,
If he's evil,
Blaze, can I see the book, though?
Blaze hands over the book.
I would like to study it.
Insight, or insight willpower, considering it
Would
also...
you consider willpower?
I would consider willpower. However, willpower will reveal some things that Carta may or may not be ready for. So, you know.
You think that would dissuade me? To everybody in chat that knows me is like, you said the wrong thing there. That's gonna be a 14.
Okay, so here's how this is going to happen. You all, even if you all don't make your way to Timmy's been waiting for you. He sees you, he runs up, he's so excited, he's glad you're back, and he's instantly going to start getting you back. As you start reading this book, on your way back, this book seems very familiar. It's the Tome of the Gate.
Great.
Serene had this before, and you never really knew who she was. Serene didn't talk about herself much. Her past, she was just like, "I'm here.
We talk
I'm
about
an
magic
adventurer."
mostly,
Yeah. As you start communing with this book, which very much feels alive, it starts communicating with you. Not talking, because there are no words being exchanged, but there's definitely this feeling of like emotions being passed towards you. So you
Good
learn
emotions, bad emotions.
I mean, what's a good and what's a bad emotion?
Okay, granted.
So you feel almost as if part of Serene's soul is in this book.
Fine.
Being a lich, needed a phylactery somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, he said it was recognizably a relic.
Yes.
Right.
And this very much is it. Because it's only part of her soul, you feel this combination of, adoration. She has like gravely missed you. Just like deep despair. She is saddened that things had to turn out this way, and essentially the reasons why she had to essentially become a lich. You feel this very minimal gratitude of being able to see you, and hopes that you will continue where she left off, even if you
What
can't
does that
save
mean?
her sister.
I'm sorry, what?
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 You will continue where she left off. That's what I said.
No, what did you say after that?
Oh, right, that part. Yeah. You would help save her sister.
Okay, great. Excellent. But I don't know anything about her sister. She never told me about her sister.
Cecilia looks a lot like Serene.
Oh my god.
Maybe not full sisters, but half sisters. They were like seeing them like right next to each other, especially because Cecilia was like, you could see right through her. You could put them on. Like, there's a lot of face shape.
Okay, but she's already dead. How do we get her? Is there a third king's daughter somewhere?
I mean, you didn't even know Serene was a king's daughter. She was,
No, I didn't.
yeah, very much hidden. Yeah, it seems like there might be some kind of shiftiness with the king.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Cool. So Carter's gonna close the book because, like, I think communing you open it, even if it's like there's an eye on it, whatever. Things, right. This book is connected to her name is Serene. The very pale woman that you like to look.
Yes.
Right. So I'm kind of getting her feelings, and the ghost was a sister. she's also the king's daughter. Serene wants us to, us to help her sister, but I don't know if she means the ghost or if there's another one. So
You got all this from the book?
I know it's confusing. Sorry.
God,
I
So the
can't
king didn't tell us that we were supposed to do anything with the daughter. or
Nope, just wanted the
whatever.
book, which is actually more concerning to me.
Yeah.
It is a little
Yeah.
bit more
I
concerning.
don't think he should have it.
No.
Because it's connected to a soul that's either his daughter or like related to, I don't know. Does anybody know if the king had another daughter aside from the one that disappeared?
I would say Rye and Blaze, you two can roll. Rye, because based on your like history, you would have had more time with the royal family. Blaze, because of your future, you would have had more time.
Oh my god.
I don't like that phrase.
What does that mean?
Insight?
Yeah.
That is a 9 for me.
9.
That is a 10 for me.
Okay. So neither one of you are able to know definitively, but you do both remember when Cecilia was young, she had like a favorite cousin, is what they used to call her, from a different kingdom. And they used to play together like siblings. They were like best buds, and they would always hang out. And the older they got, the more King Maximilian tried to like
Separate
kind of
them.
split them up. But that was like pretty well known. You know, they were like young Cecilia had like a best friend.
Sounds like an
But
illegitimate
there's no hidden daughter in an iron mask somewhere.
Right.
I mean, who's to say that's not his daughter?
Yeah, could be. As
There's
you all are like
nothing that
one day.
I remember that of him having another daughter or anything like that. But I honestly didn't mess with the higher ups all that much.
That's fair. Maybe someone in my family knows. I feel like
Should we go back?
I don't think so. Honestly, I've been thinking we shouldn't ever since the goth woman asked if the king had sent us, because that
That's-
seemed
That's
shifty.
typically
I
a sign.
definitely don't
bad sign.
want to give him the tome.
It's interesting you say that. You all are about a day out now, and some of the royal guards like meet you and start escorting you. Timmy is ecstatic. Like, we've officially been crowned. We are like heroes. We have a royal escort. It's weird that they're having a royal escort this far out.
Oh, that's bad.
So basically, when we got to the cart to go back, the guards were waiting at the cart.
It took a few hours, but like it seems as like the second you got back, a message was sent, and then they came and met you and are now escorting you.
Okay. I'm going to
honest, I
hand
don't
the
love
tome over to Rye because you have that giant coat that hides many things.
I will belt it to my back under the coat. / under the shield.
All right. And so you all are escorted back to St. Evelise, where there is not a parade, but there are people cheering. You know, you are now the heroes. This will secure the safety of St. Evelise.
They're celebrating us, and all of us are like,
Blaze is just sitting there going, I thought I wanted a parade. I don't want a parade.
wow, parades are terrifying.
Technically, you still get another one because you get 2.
I'm going to ask for that not to happen because I don't like this.
Changed my mind about those parades, actually.
By the time you get back, it is nighttime. And it's a full moon tonight.
Okay, if we're to be led directly into the king's
Yeah.
Throne room. I would like to preemptively summon. I presume that at some point in these 2 days of travel, I would get my MP back.
Oh yeah.
What about our
What about-
HP?
What
Yep.
about
HP is
inventory?
full.
Cool.
that?
Yeah. So
Inventory as well.
Yeah. Inventory also full.
I'm gonna immediately, just cast Bind and Summon so that I can dismiss and warp if we need to later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to like hide the fact that I have summoned that thing, but obviously there's like tendrils of dark energy going on, and it does something weird whenever Hardly is close enough to me that the shadow overlaps.
Yeah. Luckily, void,
This
day
magic
magic.
static. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's some hero magic. You don't need to know.
It's nothing.
All right. And you're escorted directly to in front of King Maximilian.
Hardly is kind of like has a furrowed brow and is trying to stare into the king's soul to see if she can tell
Interesting.
evil.
Give me an insight with a +1 bonus for reasons I cannot say.
Oh.
I love
We
when
love
DMs do that.
reasons.
He's like,
Okay.
what's going on in my backstory?
14.
He.
Oh, that's not including the +1, so 15.
15.
Sorry.
You've been in this material plane for a bit. And there's one thing all the entities, most of them have a physical body, right? They're not made of void. They're not made of nothingness. They're made of things. He is made of things, but is also made of nothings.
I think I just lean into Carta and say, he's like me.
In what way?
He's made of squishy, but also not made of squishy.
Okay, no, that does make sense to me. My question is, do you think he's from our world made of squishy, or from your world made of squishy?
Is
or
it
from
like,
another
am I
entire-
getting my world vibes or just other world vibes?
or just not fully material vibes?
There is a connection to your world vibes, but it's still somewhat foreign. Maybe something
Okay.
connected to the void, or
Maybe a little bit my world, but just other world.
Well, I mean, I think technically I'm connected to your world as well.
That's true. It doesn't make him evil, but it does make him like
Weird.
me.
I'm honestly getting Seymour from Final Fantasy X vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read that book.
It's a video game. Can I try to sense him out magically? Because Hardly says there's some void connection to him, and I obviously have that. So
2 options: insight, willpower. That's how we've been doing magic sensing, or willpower if you want to channel the book.
yes.
So,
18?
so what do I feel when they channel the book that is currently strapped to my back?
You start to
channeling
feel.
through, and you're like, what is that?
Ooh. Who is the person in this party who you feel the most protective of?
The child.
You feel incredibly cold, and then you feel this deep, we'll say despair. This is danger. The child is in danger. You need to get the child out now. Logically, you can fight it back, but you're there's something within your blood. The child needs to leave immediately. This is bad.
Have you ever had a panic attack out of absolutely nowhere?
I take a step back from Blaze, just because I'm assuming they're probably in front of me, so I'm just gonna.
It gets worse.
Take a little separation there.
It gets worse.
Oh, I don't want it to get worse.
All right, willpower.
Let me make sure that this is the right dice for this one. So my willpower is actually decent.
Oh, sorry. Not you, Rye. Like, you just feel
Oh,
that
cool.
because of the channeling. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Alright,
I
now.
rolled 18. A 10 and an 8.
Ooh. Okay.
It's my first really good roll, but by God, is it in the right place?
Red, like what I said, is not an unimportant role. Serene is standing next to you. You're channeling the book by like talking to Serene. Or she's talking to you. You can respond or not. And she just says, I've missed you. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but I had to save Cecilia. And I
My
had to
friend.
stop Dad.
How can we help you?
Don't give him the book.
I wasn't planning on it. What is he trying to do?
He's trying to open a void to demons.
Oh. I should not be in this room. Because I did it on accident before, and I could probably be used as a conduit or something. I'm gonna turn around,
Okay.
look straight at Rye, say, I'm so sorry about this. And then release my summon so I can try to warp us out.
Okay. Y'all, where do you want to warp?
On the border of the city.
Okay.
So we can run away.
You warp to the border of the city
That's an OP power. I shouldn't have it.
and
It's so
are
broken.
immediately arrested.
Oh! Okay.
You get the feeling that the guards did not expect you to come back because the king sends people there to die. The second you were brought back, the guards were all informed that if they run away, catch them on sight.
Great! Can we try to escape? Anybody got anything?
I mean,
got
we
a
have
mace.
we have our best friend in his cart.
That's true. Please tell me. Tell me!
He's our getaway driver. He's waiting at the gates of the city.
Let's see, would he have
He might
gone?
have been enjoying the parades, unfortunately.
Here's how we'll do this. Someone pick. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Roll a
Great work,
4.
everyone.
He is, in fact, out there at the party.
Oh no, he's distracted.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay. I like the drama. Okay, we're being arrested.
Are you going to fight back, or will you allow yourself to be arrested?
Harley is gonna fight back unless told not to fight back because
Do
I
it.
don't want to be arrested. Is the thing.
Now that I know that we're trying to keep this book as far away from the king as
Uh.
possible for realsies, we're trying to get out of town.
Okay. Then let's do what we do. Roll the initiative check. You will be facing off against 5 guards.
All right, Blaze.
Yo.
Go ahead and move up again.
Gang, it's a good thing I changed my dice. That's a 12.
Ooh.
Nice.
7.
Hey. Nope. That's, I believe, the third time I've rolled a 6 for initiative.
Okay. So we do have some bonuses for Blaze to use.
Yep. A +1, right?
Yep.
That is a 9 and a 9.
Yo!
Ooh.
We are the fastest.
So then you can use one of the opportunities if you so
Except
choose.
for Rye, who might have to throw up first.
Probably.
Yeah.
I did establish that, didn't I?
That's why we rolled really high and you rolled really low, because we were like, we gotta run, and you're like,
I found the list. So for
Yeah.
the opportunity, We could get
Oh,
information.
plot twist. We could get plot twist.
You
We could
can
have
get-
Timmy. We could have Timmy appear in this moment where we need him.
Yes, you absolutely could.
I love this.
How do we feel about that?
I love this plan.
Okay. Yes. Timmy is drawn to us because of the commotion.
Makes sense. Timmy runs over, sees his new best friends, and immediately runs through the guards because he's still wee, and is like, "Hey, friends, what are we doing?"
We are leaving.
Oh, okay. No questions asked.
We're leaving.
All right. And so I will say this, given the commotion of Timmy like running through, you could use your first turn to like just pop in and have him like tear out, or you could fight.
I'm always of the school of not fighting. Just running
Yeah.
away.
I think Hardly is going to be like the last person to go because she wants to be like
I think
the.
it's
We're like holding you, like dragging you
Yeah,
into the
hardly
car, and
any-
you're like,
And Rye are like holding the back flank kind of thing.
Okay. So you hold the back flank, but you do get in, and Timmy, once again, y'all are BFFs, not asking questions, takes off and just starts running east. No like direction, just like we're going east.
Okay.
Here for it.
Blaze, roll
Yep.
me an insight relating to that thought you had in the beginning where you were like, I've been here before.
Blaze, be honest with us. Is this how the world ends?
That is a 12.
As you're like galloping away, you remember once again having that deja vu, being in this field. Except where you're from, this field isn't so much a field as it is like a crater.
So this might not be the best direction to go in, because where I'm from, this doesn't exist anymore because something decimated it.
And just like that, you hear Timmy say, "Whoa!" pulling on the horses, as a King Maximilian, though much angrier looking, has used his gate powers to...
His own warp.
Yes.
Well, I should have seen that coming.
He stands in front of you and says, I wish you made it easy, but now I'm going to have to do it this way.
Dude, you told us we could leave. You told us we didn't have to come back.
You're correct. You don't have to come back. But if you leave with that book...
What book?
What book?
What book?
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll pick it off of your corpse. And King Maximilian's face starts to like slosh off of his face, just like falling. And inside of where once was skin, you just see, do you know like Vanta black that like absorbs like all, so you can't see any, that's all you see. It is just void. I will say, Hardly, you get 1 Fabula point because you're like, aw, home.
Home.
Everybody else, you're like, oh, this is bad. As you see him turn into this massive humanoid form with 2 arms floating. The right arm is a humanoid arm. The left arm is a robotic kind of metallic arm. The world around you starts to shift from, material world to just like darkness with stars in the back. Seems like King Maximilian has altered the world around you in order to fight you to gain this book.
That's okay. I feel strangely comfortable here.
I don't know how this works, but can I spend the Fabula point I just earned to alter the story? That's what it says on
Yeah,
my
sure.
cheat sheet.
You can spend it to alter the story at the GM discretion, but for chaos, I don't know.
So the way that I'm thinking about this is like in terms of connection to the void, right? We have me, we have Carta, and
Right.
we have the king.
Mhm.
And all of those separate connections, I want to like fuse them.
I'm on the same train as you. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, so we are all connected to each other,
Mhm.
connected to the void.
Okay.
So we're hoping to close the gate with us inside with the king. Is that where you're heading, Gilly?
I mean, that's one of the things I'll be honest, I don't have a plan.
Right. You just
I
want to be
saw the
part
list
of
of
this.
cool things that I could do, and I was like, I'm gonna do a cool thing.
Okay.
Cool.
So then, like I say, the void is massive and is like very different. Whoever King Maximilian truly is not from the void you are from, but you like make that connection, and so you, Carta, and King Maximilian all are sharing this like void essence that you can manipulate during this battle for whatever purposes you desire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. All right, let's have a boss fight initiative roll.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh, sorry, I rolled a 7.
Hey,
11.
I rolled 2 6s.
Nice. Is that 2 or 3 successes? I forget.
2, that
12
is
with 2
12.
successes.
That's just 1 success, but you do get the opportunity.
Well, it is my -2, so that is a 10 total.
Okay, still success.
We give Maximilian a condition. I feel like that's a good idea.
You can, yeah.
I mean, I'm just suggesting because I don't know what the conditions are, but
Conditions. So daze reduces your insight die. Shaken reduces your willpower die. Slow reduces your dex die. Weak reduces your might die. Enraged reduces your dex and insight die, and you can't cast spells. Poison reduces your might and willpower die.
I like that one. I like him not being able to cast spells.
Wait, can you? You cannot do enraged from the affliction opportunity though.
we can add an emotion, right? To one of your. Oh no, it's to the bonds. Never mind.
Mhm.
We can do dazed, chicken, slow, or weak.
I say mess up his willpower is clearly a spellcaster.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Okay.
I did
Willpower has
see
been dropped.
I was tempted. The lost item. An item is destroyed, lost, stolen, or left behind.
We destroyed the grimoire in the
no,
void.
it's
Sorry,
gone,
it's gone.
You could, yeah, you could do that.
I'm not gonna do that. But I thought about it.
We're just like, no.
You can't have it. All right. So, what is that insight roll?
I haven't done it quite yet. I was waiting to see all of my bonuses, but with that, it was a +2, right?
Yeah.
That is a 16.
Yep. You all go first.
Okay. I would like to use one of my rogue abilities that I have not used yet. I would like to use high speed and
Ooh.
spend 10 mind points so that I can attack the king with a weapon before we even go for our first round.
Oh, nice. All right. Let's
You're just
do
like,
it.
I'm gonna press the heck out of all of these people. I'm gonna stab that guy.
I sure am, and I'm gonna use. You know what? I think it's this point. No, I'm gonna stick to my chains. I'm gonna stick to my chains for now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just quickly double check this. Does a 12 hit?
12 does hit.
All right, then that.
I'm assuming you're attacking the core and not the left arm or the right arm, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a Final Fantasy thing to say.
That is 16 points of damage.
Oh. All right. So before Demon Maximilian even sets up, you get him a quick hit with the chain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now it's your turn.
And I'm happy to tag out for one of the others to go as well.
I know what I'm gonna do right off the bat.
Do it.
So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did earlier, and I'm going to infuse the axe with light and attempt to... I want to try and take off one of the arms.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try and hit him at the shoulder.
Which one, the right or the left?
The right.
Okay.
I think. Remind me which one that was?
The right is the humanoid one.
No, I'm going to take off the other one.
Okay.
No monster arm for you.
No monster arm. That is a 15.
15 hits.
Sweet. So that's 7 plus 10, 17 plus the other 7, and it's all light. So that is 24 light.
All right. Oh, I did not see this coming. You do 24 light, but you can't really dig in as much as you want to. You actually do 12 light.
And can I roll something to see if I know if it's the light specifically or if it's the...
Yeah, roll a double insight.
Oh, that's double 6s.
So you get opportunity, and you do know that, he is resistant to light damage.
Okay, I would like to use that to, I want to unmask him. You learn the goals and motivations of the creature of your choice. Him.
Right. So it seems that he, as a creature, came in like years ago, killed the king, turned into the king, has been taken over ever since. Got very pissed at Cecilia and Serene, because they were very much like, "You're not my dad," because like literally wasn't my dad. So pretended that Serene was illegitimate, and then sent Cecilia off to die. Serene went off, was like, "I'm gonna be a lich to save my sister. Also, I'm gonna kill the demon who's like trying to kill my city." But he wants the Tome of the Gate, which will allow him on a full moon, like tonight, to open up a massive gate, thereby destroying the ground that's around you.
Creating a crater, yeah.
Creating a crater, bringing in a whole bunch of demons, creating a post-apocalyptic city type thing.
Someone's been here before.
So if he gets that gate, if he gets that book, he will summon in a whole bunch of demons.
And I just got really close to him.
A really Final Fantasy solution to this would be us just blowing up the moon.
Problem solved.
No full moon!
I mean, I'm gonna just say, we like the chaos. You have the Tome of the Gate. If you want to do a ritual,
we just blow it up instead.
An arcane ritual using the Tome of the Gate as a catalyst, that's a possibility. Like, we have choices.
That does sound fun, but I think I don't want to do that.
All right. But yeah, that's your go. On his go, being very frustrated that you all are still alive, the void around you is going to surge. What I need to find out what are your, what is it, magic defenses?
Mine is 10 right now.
Oh.
Mine is also 10.
Mine's a 9.
Oh no, just normal defense. Never mind.
Oh, 9.
12.
No, that's an 11.
I would have the lowest defense, yeah.
Okay. Dang. Lightning shoots out of the ground but misses all of you.
Yay!
The void
Back
is actually
here.
on our side, thank you.
It's protecting you.
On that note, unless anyone has any particular feelings about going next,
You can go.
I would like, shocking no one, to try and hit this person with a hammer.
But
Mace.
are you hitting his core or his left arm or his
Or
right
his
arm?
right arm.
Which one's the mechanical one?
Left arm is mechanical.
And the other one is...
Like just humanoid. Demonoid, we'll say.
I mean, I do earth damage. Let's hit the demon one, because I think my suspicion is that it does more damage to demonness, but I could be wrong.
Alright, let's see.
I guess that really depends on me. Sorry, I put my d10s in my thing, which was a mistake. Okay, that's 12.
Hits.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. So that was a 10, which was my highest roll, plus 14, so 24 earth damage.
It does not do extra damage, but it still does a lot of damage.
Okay, well that's good. I'll take that.
He didn't do half damage.
Yeah. On his turn, he will once again turn the lightning from around. Attempt to attack all of you, missing again.
Dang. He's rolling low.
This is so valid.
Your turn.
I can go next if you don't have anything yet, Blaze.
I'm gonna be probably doing the same thing, so you are welcome to be up.
Okay, sounds good. I have not been injured by him, but there's one spell that Carter's really good at that just Carter's always been able to do. That is the reason why her family was like, what is wrong with you? And that's Drain Vigor. So we're gonna cast that one. It says offensive spell require a magic check. Is that just willpower or willpower? What is that?
You are yeah, willpower.
Okay, great. So, I don't think that hits. That's a 5.
That does miss.
All right. Well, that's the end of my turn.
On his turn, he will once again cast Unstable Diffusion and try to hit you all. Okay, I rolled a 9 this time. Is someone's physical defense 9 or lower?
-9, it'll hit me.
You take 15 bolt damage.
15? Okay. Well, I'll take four magic points for that.
Oh, no. I lie. You take 0 damage.
Why is it dark magic?
Oh, no, but you have hit the core. I do apologize. You take 16 bolt damage.
Okay. Wait, it only hits people who hit him?
It hits for the amount of damage that the core has taken.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right, Blaze.
That's unfortunate. I hate that, especially because I am gearing up to hit the core once again.
It's fine.
That is a 17.
That hits.
So that's another 18 points of damage.
All right. We're going to take another 18. On its turn, the demon arm is going to attack you, Blaze, because you're doing like all the damages.
That's rude.
It really is. I am a child. I'm sorry. Like,
does 11 hit you?
it does. Yep.
You are slowed and you take 16 damage.
Jesus.
Cool.
The king's gonna kill us and blow up the world, and then you're just gonna go back into your time loop. I'm sorry.
The left arm is also going to attack you, Blaze.
Not ideal.
17 hits you. Next turn, you have one fewer action.
Cool.
As a group or
Just
Blaze?
Blaze.
Just Blaze. Okay.
One fewer action than 1, so
Yes.
0?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's what happens when the robotic arm hits you when you are slowed. All right, back to the top. That's you all.
I mean,
You are attacking a child.
I can go because I'm mad that
Do it.
this thing is hurting my friend. So I'm gonna try and hit the robot arm. There's nothing I can do about that, right?
You can use your Fabula point and re-roll if you connect it to one of your themes.
I'll
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can
YOLO. Can I use 2 Fabula points?
Yeah,
Great.
you can use as many as you want.
Until you run out of them.
Yep.
That is a 9.
For the core.
Yeah.
Hey, wait,
that
didn't we
hits.
all get one extra Fabula point when the king teleported right in front of us?
Oh, yes, you did.
Sweet. I'm going to add that.
So I've used a total of 3 now.
Okay.
And I hit it, so I'm gonna. The highest roll was a 7, so 7 plus 14 is 21. Earth.
Ooh, y'all are doing a pretty good chunk of damage to this thing.
Gravity mace. Gravity mace.
Oh, wait, did you hit the core?
Yes.
With the gravity mace that does earth damage?
Yes.
Would you happen to know what 21 times 2 is?
It's 40.
42.
The answer to the meaning of life, the universe,
Life.
everything.
All
The way
right.
you said that makes me question it.
Yeah,
but
all
I
of us
think
are
it's-
What?
You do a lot of damage.
Yay!
On his turn, yeah, he's absolutely going to use his unstable diffusion.
Don't like that.
He misses. However, the amount of lightning that you see this time is way more than it was last time. Like
Oh,
upwards
boy.
of 40 damage. more.
He's mad.
But it didn't hit any of us.
Nope, because like I said, my dice love the drama, and we're in a
Right,
low
'cause I
roll.
would be down immediately. 40 is more than like my max HP.
All right, your turn.
If you guys don't mind, I'll just go again.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna do Drain Vigor again. And then I'm gonna use one of my Fabula points to reroll that again 5 because you know, they're desperate.
Yeah.
And that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 to hit?
Yes, 13 hits.
To be clear, I'm aiming for the demon arm.
Okay.
So that's 23 dark damage.
The demon arm dissolves and is gone.
Cool. And then I recover HP equal to half of that. Is that 11 or 12? Okay.
12.
I just didn't know if I should round up or down.
Yeah.
I mean, that lightning will still down me in one turn, but
All right. On his turn, since y'all have been oh so mean to me, dice, we're going to try something else now. Carta, you are
Yep.
weak or weakened.
cool. Sure.
Might drops by 1 die.
To D4, okay.
Oh no, like it can't drop anymore. You're just weak, but nothing changes.
I was weak from the beginning.
That's my secret. I'm always weak.
Back to you all.
I have a question on. Can I do an attack action? Like, can I use Blade Storm and an infusion?
I'm going to say yes. I'm pretty sure you can. You can do multiple things.
Okay, cool.
Because infusion doesn't like take an action and then blade storm another action, right?
Yeah. No, Blade Storm is just a melee attack.
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
specialty attack. Okay.
Yeah, you can
So
add 2
it
of
just
those.
burns like I'm burning 4 inventory points and 10.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
inventory points. So I'm gonna use 4 to use the seismic
Ooh.
infusion. So it's gonna become Earth, and I'm gonna
Heck
hit him
yeah.
twice.
Nice.
Ooh.
So the first one, the first one is only an 11 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So 18 plus 7 is 25. Doubled would be 50. If he's
Yep.
still taking. Okay, cool. First one. And then the second one is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And that's doing another 50.
I like to think that Rai was like sitting back watching all of us fight and being like, figuring out like exactly how to
What's
hit
the-
this guy.
Yeah, it's
The
just
angle.
it's the math gif.
Yeah. Okay, definitely hit him with earth, and then
Okay. And those were both on the core, correct?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Not dead, but not looking great. Just barely sitting. And so here's how we're gonna do this. Well, I
you're
had
gonna
a.
roll lightning and hit all of us, and then we're all gonna
And we
die.
all die.
Isn't that the most Final Fantasy thing? You're about to win, and then
TPK.
I like y'all. Y'all know that, right?
Oh God. We're looking
And
at
I
that guy.
rolled
I get the feeling that
literally
my
on the dice a 7 and a 1.
Oh, thank God.
And since the lowest is 9, it misses.
We're just like everything's crackling around us. Like we made
Hair is
it.
standing on end.
We're fine. We're fine.
Everyone's standing.
It is your turn.
Should I just try and hopefully finish this? Maybe.
Yeah, smash him. Smash him. Smash him. Smash him. Smash him.
That's 11.
That hits.
8 plus 14 is 22. Doubled, right? Because of reasons.
Yes.
Because of earth
So
reasons.
44 earth damage.
Under normal circumstances, when you defeat a demon, you send them back to where they came from because you are connected to this demon. You have a few choices. You can send him back, put him in a timeout. You can destroy him, or you can absorb him.
Ooh, that would be fun. I would like
Absorb.
to absorb the demon.
All three of us in the background, like absorb it.
Absorb
Well,
the demon.
If you'll remember that it wasn't so much Hardly and the demon that's connected. Hardly, Carda, you all absorb half of the power of Demon Maximilian,
Cool.
shattering the space-time and coming back to the real world.
I like to
Except-
think that all of us like float down, except that two of us are suddenly like crackling with black lightning,
Yeah.
and our eyes are like violet. Very normal stuff.
Yeah, just like, everyday thing. Blaze, this is different. You can kind of get to choose if you want to go back to your post-apocalyptic world or stay here, because whatever time continuum, it was apparently connected to Demon Maximilian, and he's gone now.
Well, I think there is definitely a part of Blaze that wants to go back because, one, maybe they could do some good there. They don't want to leave the new friends that they've made. So
We don't want you to leave either.
yeah, they're gonna choose to stay.
Okay.
I especially like once they can shake the fear, like seeing the
Right.
changes in Carta and Hardly just being like, oh no, is this a new apocalypse? But like if they don't think it is, that will calm them down.
And Rai, as happy as you are, there's some trepidation in the back of your mind. When you left working with the royal family, you were an advisor. And you were an advisor that the old king, the real one, once said, if I'm ever taken away and there's no person to take my place, you should do it. Har, har, har. Kind of joking, but also literally the last words of the old king were like, essentially his will and death.
I
So
think
there's a
yeah,
chance.
you all see that on Rai's face, like where they're like just the realization of that's even an option that they may be forced to take.
Are you all right?
I'm just gonna hope that no one else heard the last words that he said before he was replaced. Because I very much do not want to be in charge.
I think you do a great job.
In charge of what? I'm sorry.
Everything.
Oh, I see
Uh-huh.
how you would not want that.
Yeah, no.
It would interfere with your research.
Yeah, that's the reason why. No, I want no part in that.
But you could appoint me instead. I could just stand
think
in.
you should do that.
Hey, that's a bad. Yeah, I'm not an expert on leadership, but I feel like you need to learn more before you do that.
To be honest, I think I have a lot of research and studying to do as well.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can have this back now, and I'm gonna pull the book out from and just immediately.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you so much.
And
Well,
as you grab the book, you look to your left and you see a ghostly Serene and a ghostly Cecilia smiling happily as they go
I'm
to
sorry
wherever.
you died.
if you really need someone to be in charge, I mean, like,
I don't think any of us should be in charge of
No,
the
I think
kingdom.
that's
No.
I would get birds immediately. That would be my
This is a
first
valid
order of
point.
business. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing my horns in the ring, you know?
May I suggest that perhaps the four of us could find a laboratory somewhere and
Summon someone to do it?
study separately from the kingdom,
Oh.
and I'm sure the nobles can figure out the king situation.
Yeah, I think we don't need to bring up the fact of. That's why I was saying I'm hoping that no one else heard it.
Well, if anyone asks us, we did not. Which is true also,
Also true.
because we weren't in the court.
You know what? This experience has taught me a lot about humanity. Like, you gotta just do the things you want to do, you know?
Right. And
Blaze
not
looks
do-
very excited by this prospect.
Not do the things you desperately don't want to do.
This is true. Now I'm curious if he actually did hold his word, and there is a new laboratory forming somewhere.
I think that creature expected us to just die.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably true.
But I think that's where we'll kind of end off.
Just us arguing on what we're gonna do in this decimated area.
I think they're arguing, and Hardly just goes, I'm gonna get a parakeet.
I feel like this is the start of like Harley taking over St. Evilise and turning it into the city of birds. Like that's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then we just
absolutely.
live in a tower somewhere watching it being like, well, nothing's blowing up, so it's fine.
right. Nothing's blowing up. There are many birds. It's great. Thank you all so
Nothing's
much
blowing
for
up. There's an explosion from the next room. Everything's fine.
It was a controlled
It's just
explosion.
dry. No worries.
Oh gosh. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all for watching. Let's do one more round of like introductions. Who you are, who you're playing, and what is your character's epilogue? Let's go with that. This time, let's start with Cal. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and Rise epilogue.
We want to do where people can find us and the like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm Cal. My bio's in the thing now. I am a prop maker, as you can see, and musician. I play bass in a band called Oh You Pretty Things out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have been playing Rye all afternoon. And I think epilogue-wise, this is just going to solidify Rye wanting to stay away from magic in general.
Fair.
Just like, yeah, no, okay,
Sorry.
cool. This was great. I'm going to go back to my chemicals and my weapons. Cool? Everybody cool with that? Great.
Beautiful. Gilly, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, things you'd like to share, where they can find you, and Hardly's epilogue.
So my name is Gilly. You can find me at ohlookitsgilly, most places on the internet. I was playing Hardly, who is of the Void, and whose pronouns are any and all of them because it's whatever. And Hardly's upload. I mean, we sort of discussed this. Hardly gets a bird, and then Hardly gets many birds. I know everyone was like, "Does she eat the birds?" To clarify, I wanted there to be some mystery, but she does not eat the birds. She loves the birds. The birds are her pals. Sushi, yes. Fish, yes. Birds, no. So
Birds are friends,
yeah,
not food.
probably she turns the city into like a bird place is what does happen. Whether she actually like claims responsibility for that, I don't know.
Right.
But more birds is more better. And so I think she very happily starts conservation efforts for the birds because they deserve it. And she gets a pet parakeet whose name is Milton.
We love Milton.
And you can find me at ohlookitsgilly most places on the internet, as previously stated. Shortly, I will be doing an online production of The Importance of Being Earnest, which is going up at the end of May. I will be playing the Honorable Gwendolyn Fairfax. And it's going to be so much fun. You can also find me talking about doing Shakespeare over the summer and the Kids on Bikes campaign that we're kicking off on Valdrant's channel at the beginning of May, as well as the Blades in the Dark campaign that I'm in alternate Fridays on Pantsless Tales. I am playing Fable, who is a shadowy figure within the organization, and it's a good time. I'm also learning ASL and trying to improve my French, so you can find me complaining about that on the internet, as well as trying to read 60 books this year. Because if I don't set myself a challenge, then I won't do it. So yeah, find me there. The end.
Yay, thank you. Void, same questions. Who you are, where people can find you, and what is Carda's epilogue?
Hey, I'm Void. They them. You can find me at VoidCat Gaming on not that one. I deleted that one. Hold on. Twitch, Instagram, and Bluesky. Although I have not been posting on any of those. I'm just trying to continue to exist right now. Being part of the Void and stuff. Today I was playing Carda, who will be going off to study the Void and portal magic and keep themselves sequestered from like main society just in case there's some accidental portalage going on. Would rather do a crater in the middle of the savannah than a crater in the middle of the city. But the cool thing is, I feel like Carda's teleportation powers would just keep improving, so every once in a while they'll just like appear in Rye's lab, much to Rye's discomfort. Just to visit. Just stopping by. That explosion was not my fault. I swear to God, I did not do that. Thank you, Papaya. I'm glad I still exist as well. Hopefully next year I'll have a book out, but we'll see.
Super excited for that.
It's gay.
We love it.
Shocking no one.
As an editor, shout out to all the authors. We love to see it.
And JD, who you are, who you played, Blaze's epilogue, and where we can find you.
Hey, I am JD. I can be found on the internet, mostly Bluesky these days, at JD Not Jason Dean. I do a lot of actual plays over with Live from the Apocalypse and Entropy Emporium, where we are fundraising for both of those all year round as part of the work that we do in that sphere. In terms of Blaze, I think they do take to heart the recommendation that if they want to get into politics, they have to learn about politics and do more studying. So they do. And then they decide they really don't like politics. And so then they take that knowledge to figure out how they're going to be able to disrupt the system and cause lots of problems on purpose. And
Ooh.
I think that is the path that they end up taking. And then in terms of things to plug, the big thing is tomorrow over with Live from the Apocalypse, we are returning for season 4 of A Season of Secrets and Shadows, our Regency Monster Hearts game, 8 players across 2 different tables. And tomorrow is going to be the premiere of season 4 with an 8-person event. Full cast,
Ooh.
coming to a ball, all reeling from the emotional trauma of last season.
Oh
So
my God,
it should
I
be a
can't-
good time.
I can't even imagine trying to run a Monster Hearts games with that many players. Like, it is chaotic already with 4.
I made choices when I created this game, and I've made choices
I
every time my
applaud
cast
you.
bullies me. It was supposed to be 6 sessions 2 years ago. It now has had 30 sessions over the last
Monster
2
Hearts
years.
will do that. It just snowballs itself.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. It was great to play with you all. Thank you all for watching. I believe we'll be rating some more great games.
Chaz, you're not going to get away with skipping it. You have to tell people where you are and what you are doing.
Correct.
So close.
No.
So yes, I am Chaz. I have a fairly chaotic schedule. I jump on random streams every once in a while. Jeremy lets me bring my chaos to his stream. I have recently been DMing some Scion, which is on hiatus, but we will be coming back. We'll be starting Scion God, as we have just recently done the full apotheosis. And I will be doing something. I've been doing something else. I think it's like on the hush hush right now. So I will be popping up here and there. But yes, that's kind of how I do things. As for the socials, I don't have them, which is why I use the word chaotic. But please come watch me. I love when you all join. I love when I get to meet from people like this. And yes, I hope to see y'all very soon. Until then, have a great one and see you later.